I love a good murder mystery, and really there is no better place to enjoy a good book than in the garden at this time of year. But inside our homes all across the country, there are serial killers on the loose. And this time it's not the butler who done it. The guilty party? Well, it might be you. Let's face it, most of us stand accused of killing our indoor plants. I certainly know that I've lost my fair share. So here are 5 steps to help keep your thumb green and keep your houseplant gang happy and healthy. H2 go or H2 no? That is the question. So over or underwatering can be one of the biggest killers of indoor plants. So I've got a little tip for you. I can sometimes go weeks in between watering my indoor plants, but it doesn't mean that I'm not keeping an eye, or more accurately, a finger on them. So if you're unsure when to water, quite simply dip your finger into the soil. If it's dry down to your second knuckle, then you know it's time to get out the watering can. If on the other hand it's damp, then you can back off the watering. It's that simple. Now, most indoor plants sit in a decorative cover pot just like this that doesn't have a drainage hole at the bottom. So when it comes time to water, I always take the black plastic pot out of the cover pot and then water it in the sink or wherever it is you might water it. Then just allow it to drain before putting it back into the cover pot. This is the best way to do it because you don't want water to accumulate at the bottom of the pot. Otherwise your plants are swimming in water, they'll get waterlogged and they'll manky and rot out. The other thing that can happen if you overwater your indoor plants is that you can begin to encourage pests like fungus gnats. So that's all those little tiny black fly looking things that are hanging out around your indoor plants. And it's not the adult that's the problem, it's the littlies in the soil that are munching away on your plant roots. So one of the easiest ways to fix it is to repot your plant with the right potting mix. Repotting your indoor plants is also a great way to give them a new lease on life. So I always start by cutting back any of the dead or damaged foliage just right to the base there. Then we can get this baby out of the pot. Okay, so just shake off any of that old potting mix. It's also a great chance to trim off any dead or damaged roots. And if you find that the plant is too tight in the original container, great chance to give it a pot upgrade. Always make sure that you use a good quality potting mix. Now this one's fabulous because it is tailor-made for indoor plants and it doesn't contain any of the compost or pine bark that's known to shelter fungus gnats. What it does contain is things like peat and perlite, which help to improve the mix's ability to hold onto moisture, but also still allow for good airflow around the roots. So in other words, you get happy, healthy indoor plants. Just like outdoors in the garden, different plants enjoy different growing conditions indoors. So it can help you to work out exactly where they might thrive and in which room. The clues are on the label. Bathrooms can be steamy and humid, so perfect for plants like ferns. And there's plenty of natural light here. It's really popular to have houseplants in your bedroom to kind of create a relaxing atmosphere. But these sorts of rooms often don't have a lot of natural light. So it's really important to choose some of those tough, beautiful plants, like this Zanzibar gem, which copes with low water and low light, or one of these beautiful peace lilies, which are really great for filtering the air inside your home. If, on the other hand, the area is flooded with natural light, then the planting opportunities are endless, from the beautiful ficus burgundy to parlour palms. So in a room like this, you can go nuts at the garden centre. Some indoor plants can also be sensitive to temperature extremes or changes, so just make sure that you position them away from heaters or icy drafts that might be coming through windows and doors. You'll also notice that a lot of plant labels will say that indoor plants like filtered light or indirect light. Now that's because the light that's coming straight through a window can be really intense. If you just position them a little bit back, the light's much gentler. And don't forget to add your indoor plants to your housekeeping roster too. So a good clean of the leaves with a moist cloth goes a long way, because remember, dust doesn't just get all over your furniture, it gets on your indoor plants too. And you might like to give some of your tropical loving plants a nice little treat by spraying them from time to time with water. So it helps to increase humidity around the plant and help to keep them happy. So now that these plants have been lavished with a bit of love and attention, I think they deserve a good feed. So again, I would look for a plant food that's tailor-made for indoor plants. That way you know it's got all of the right nutrients in there for lush, healthy growth. But this one's really easy to use, so there's no mixing, there's no mess, and for plants this size, a capful will do wonders. With those jobs done, hopefully there's no more murder mysteries to solve at your place. Apart from the ones in the books.